see you in my kitchen.
It's great to be here
I
in your
understand
kitchen.
you got a recipe for me to try.
I do, Jean. It's one
And-
of our favorites.
Well, favorite, and it's called chocolate peanut butter ribbon cake.
Deadly good. Deadly good.
Where did you get this recipe?
I got it from the Everybody Cooks Deerberg's catalog that comes out monthly.
So it's an old recipe.
It is so old, but a family favorite.
Okay, well, I'm anxious to hear about that.
Well, you're gonna love it.
So, what do we do first? Looks like it involves ice cream.
It involves good ice cream, which is actually the second thing we do. The first thing we do is we mix up this wonderful
Oh, yes,
chocolate
chocolate.
ganache that we cook for just a few minutes.
Now, what's in that?
We put a cup of really good
Oh, of
unsweetened
course.
cocoa powder.
Yes.
We put 2/3 of a cup of honey and half a teaspoon of vanilla, and then 1/2 cup of whipped cream
Whipped
that is
cream.
not whipped. And
Okay.
you cook that for a little bit, and we want that to cool. So, because it's gonna go on the top of a frozen
So
dessert.
you got that all put together and ready
Yep.
to go. Okay.
And then, what we do is we get,
Oh, it's got lady fingers.
Don't you
Where
love
did
these?
you find lady fingers?
I found these here in St. Louis at Deerberg's, and 6 years ago I moved to Columbia. They're hard to find.
Yes, they are.
So when I come visit you, I stop by Deerberg's or Schnucks.
Store up on those
I do.
lady fingers.
So this is a very easy and elegant dessert. So we'll line,
Oh, so you're making like a little fence.
we will line a springform pan.
Now, let's move this ice cream out of the way so people can see
Okay.
what's going on here.
We just line this very easily with the lady fingers.
Okay. Will there be a lady finger left over?
I think there'll be 3. If I counted correctly, there should be 3. One
So
and
it
one and
takes-
a half for each of us.
Yes, that's right. That's what I was counting on. So you bought 2 packages of lady fingers.
No, it's just one package,
Oh,
but
it's
it,
one? Okay.
but it has 2 layers.
Okay.
And
Well, you're right. There are going to be
there
some left
may
over.
be just 2, but
Oh,
that,
perfect. I can
enough.
see you've done this before.
I make this as often as I can. It's a great family favorite, and it serves 12 people.
Oh, that's wonderful. Great for Labor Day.
It is so
And
good
you
for
can
later.
make it ahead, right?
You must make it ahead. You've got to make it the night
Okay.
before and leave it in the freezer overnight,
Okay.
and that way it firms up beautifully and you can cut it. So what we've done is
Now that ice cream looks like it's a little bit soft. Is that what it should be?
yes.
Okay.
There's a big plop there, but what we
Okay.
want to do is we want it softened a bit so that we can spread it out in a good thick layer on
Well, I
the
may have to
bottom
lick my fingers here.
to see if it's any good.
Definitely. Good ice cream.
You must really try to get a good quality ice cream, and I've found that Breyers is good. And always try to get as much good ice cream in there as you can. You can go for a little less. I always put an entire, what have I got there, a half gallon?
Mm-hmm. So
And-
what comes on top of this now? You get the ice cream all smooth.
Yes, you've got
What-
this good chocolate ice cream, and then in the middle is the peanut butter layer. So
So that's the next layer.
it is. And I've already mixed that up in advance too.
Okay, so what's in that? Oh, here we go.
Here we go. Look how good and
Oh,
that
see,
looks.
that's the peanut butter
It's
mixture.
got peanut butter, 8 ounces of softened cream cheese,
Okay.
1/3 of a cup of honey, and then we also will fold in the whipped
The
cream.
whipped cream.
And
Okay.
this is the other half of the
Oh,
the 1
sure.
cup.
You just split that. Okay.
Yes. So you whip that up in advance so that you can fold it gently into the peanut butter mixture.
You're going to have this done in no time.
It really is simple once you get the hang of it. So what we do with this is I'm going to put this in the freezer and let it harden a little bit before we
Okay.
put the center.
And we'll pause and come back and
Okay.
do the next layer. Okay, very good.
But we can actually fold in. We can go ahead and fold in the whipped cream now into this
sure.
mixture.
Okay.
So, as I said, it's a 1/2 cup of whipped cream into the peanut butter mixture, and all of this.
Peanut butter and chocolate. They
Is
just
there
go
anything
together.
better? Is there anything better? Well, everything is so decadent. Although I've got a little something there that was not meant to be in there, a little plastic lid.
Now, as I understand it, there's one more layer, and that will be
The chocolate
the
sauce on
chocolate
top.
sauce on top. Oh, this is gonna be so good.
It is delicious. I mean, honey and peanut butter and chocolate.
Doesn't get any better than that.
Honestly, I could have this every week.
So you had, you made this for a special occasion
I
recently.
did. A girlfriend of mine, her mother turned 93,
Oh, my.
and they requested this. So my friend Karen, her mom, is just delightful, and she actually sent me a video of herself saying, "Cindy, this is the best cake I've ever had in my life,"
Oh,
which
that's
was really
sweet.
sweet. I'm sure it isn't, but it was very sweet of her to say.
Okay, that's going together very well.
It is. So I think we can pause.
So how long does it take for the ice cream to harden?
Normally, I'd leave it in there 15 minutes or so.
Oh, that, I would think it would take longer. Okay, 15 minutes, that's good.
And then we can put this on top and put that back in the freezer,
Okay,
and then wait as long as you can before you put the sauce on.
okay.
But we want the sauce to be totally
Be
cool,
of course.
or
yes.
it would melt our hard work here.
Yeah, show everybody what that looks like now. There you go.
It's a lovely color.
Uh-huh, that's gonna be nice, with the chocolate.
You just want to make sure you gently fold it in, all the whipped cream and all the white streaks are gone.
Uh-huh, yeah, I think you're there.
And there we go.
Okay.
So, we will wait for a few
Yeah.
minutes for the ice cream to
And
harden and
we'll
we'll
be
put
back.
this. Okay.
15 minutes next.
Just feel it. It's cold
Yes.
and ready.
Oh, yes.
It's firm. It's not completely
It's
firm.
Firm enough though for you to put the peanut butter topping
It
on,
is.
right?
It is.
Okay.
So we're just going to smooth as much of this. We probably won't use all of this because I use so much ice cream. So you can adjust it and use less ice cream and more
Okay.
peanut butter filling if you like.
Okay.
But I personally love the chocolate ice cream, although this
Well, maybe you could lick the bowl.
this is awfully good. So we just smooth as much of this as we might use all of it.
Now, what size pan is this? I notice you're using a spring form pan.
Yes, that's a key to this dessert because after
To
it's
get it out.
frozen, you'll just unclasp it and cut it with a warm knife. You can run it under warm
Uh-huh,
water
uh-huh.
and it cuts beautifully and looks beautiful with the layers. But you won't be able to see that until tomorrow because
Oh,
it has
that's
to, it has
right.
to
It's
go in the
gotta-
freezer
right.
overnight. You know what? I'm not sure what size springform pan this in. I think it's just standard size,
Okay.
which maybe they come larger. I don't know.
It looks like it might be 9 inches,
Do you think?
possibly 10.
I don't know.
I'm not a good judge of
I'm
of
not
that sort of thing.
measurements. I'm not either. But look, we're going to use pretty much all
Oh,
of this.
yeah, that's gonna work out fine.
And then what we're going to do is we're going to pop this back in the freezer for a little bit, and then we'll be able to put this delicious
Yes, show them this.
this sauce.
There you go. This sauce in 15 minutes
Mm,
will go on top of this cake
it-
and will be ready to freeze again.
that sauce is decadent. All right,
Wow.
I think just
Okay.
we'll put a little more on. Why not?
Use it all up.
I think so.
Make sure there's none left in the bowl.
Well, you might want to. Want to
Okay.
try? Want to try a little?
I don't think so. I think I'll wait until it's
It's really ready.
to its best point.
Okay, so we're gonna pop this back in the freezer for a few minutes.
Okay, hold it up so we can see it. There you go. Doesn't that look nice?
It looks better when it's cut and it tastes delicious. Okay,
Okay, it's time to sit down and have a glass of iced tea. By
Let's
that
do
time,
it.
it should be frozen.
let's do it. I'm ready.
Oh, that looks great.
What do you think?
Oh, that's perfect. And now what happens? happens? The chocolate?
This is the crowning touch.
Oh, yes.
And it's just.
You need a spoon, don't you?
I don't.
You
It's-
don't?
I
Oh,
don't.
just
It's,
pour it on.
it's gonna pour beautifully. Look at that. You see?
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
And
Now that's gonna get hard too. on
it
top,
will
right?
not so hard that you can't cut it. And sometimes, I don't know what is the difference, but occasionally when you cut it, it will kind of run down the sides and make it even look prettier.
Uh-huh.
So,
Well, that's very pretty. Look at that.
what do you
Oh,
think?
my.
This chocolate is really good. You will have to try this.
Okay, so now that you've got it all assembled,
Mhm.
all 3 layers,
Mm-hmm.
the lady fingers, and the ice cream, and then the chocolate.
The peanut butter
Oh, the peanut butter layer on the bottom,
in the middle.
in the middle.
So we've got
Okay,
We've got chocolate ice cream on the bottom,
okay.
the peanut butter layer in the middle,
chocolate on top.
and chocolate on top, as it should be. And then we'll just pop it back in the freezer. It stays overnight,
Okay.
and actually you can.
Can you hold it up a little bit so
Of course.
people can see it? Ah.
It gets
Oh, that's
shiny
lovely.
and pretty,
Oh, yes.
and after
Now,
it's
I wonder if you
frozen.
could decorate it with a little dab of whipped cream on top of it.
You could, but it's awfully rich as it is,
That's true, that's true,
and there's whipped cream in there.
that's true.
But if you wanted to get pretty, you could.
Just a dab, maybe.
And you could try that tomorrow.
Okay,
But-
into the refrigerator.
Into the
Deep
freezer.
freeze.
But also what you can do is after this freezes overnight, if you're gonna serve it a few days later, just wrap it in aluminum foil
Sure.
and just keep it in the freezer until you're ready to use it.
Oh, that's great.
So you really can make it a few days in
Yes.
advance, which
Make,
helps.
make 2 or 3. Have it ready for holidays and company.
That's true. Okay, well that's it, the
Okay,
chocolate.
well, thank you so much,
What are we
Cindy.
calling this? The chocolate peanut butter ribbon cake
Yes.
from Everybody Cooks at Deerberg's, and I think you can probably get that online, but I think
Okay.
you'll post it, won't you?
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Thank you so much. That was wonderful.